What is up, everybody? Sitting here on Tuesday now. Got a lot of stocks on the watch list. VRX is definitely #1 at the moment. Got, 7 stocks? Could have 8 or 9, but I actually ended up running out of time, which usually doesn't happen, but since there's so much going on today, VRX is definitely going to be the main one at the moment. I'm finally starting to see a pullback, which is definitely good. Maybe at the open here we'll pop up to 20 and then turn right back around and I can get a nice order in, taking it long. So right now it looks like we got 15. Pretty big candle so far. So about 20 cents here. That's quite the big sell-off to start. I have to see if it bounces. Its average true range is 60 cents, so I mean, it already put that in. Wow. But if it's gonna get up there, I'm not gonna say no. I just press. I really don't know how to make Lightspeed change that. I can't stand that. Candle's not supposed to be there. It's a big number there on the bid. Have to see what happens here. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go, but if not, then I need to get out pretty quick. I'm in. Yeah, it's struggling. Yep. That's alright. What I needed to do, but I didn't do, is put in that second order, because I should be in this right now. I'll take that tiny loss, but I can immediately make that back on this move here. That's too bad. Next resistance was at 65, so if it gets to that. decent opening range play here. Problem is, I gotta time it. And the market just turned around pretty hard here. Next resistance is at 60, or support is at 60. It's been failing at VWAP here, so I can take this trade. If I see 74, I'm in. Hopefully. Yeah, big buyer. Well, too big, I guess. Nothing else is really setting up quite yet. We just got HTZ here. Market's dropping pretty hard. Wow, VRX took off. Once this thing turns around, I'm definitely not gonna be in it. Almost good VWAP bounce there. GD is interesting. Kind of running into that trend line here. Don't really know what trade this is, but don't want to take it because of this right here. I guess it's kind of a descending triangle, but I mean, yeah, there it goes. I wouldn't take it. Market's bouncing again. NVRO, the volume. One thing I've been trying to start playing with is on the 5 minutes. You can see if this is 1 minute candles, you know, it's a pretty good short for the gap and go. On the 5 minutes, looks pretty good too, but volume is nothing, so I don't want to be trading that. It's blowing through all kinds of support right now. It's blew through the 9 too. Alright, no trades yet. Nothing looks like it's even setting up, so we'll see what happens later. Okay, so another one of my strategies that I'm trying to play with, really just thought about it yesterday, is whenever I see a big buyer, big seller, and price failing at a certain level. So what I'm wanting to see here with HTZ is that huge buyer still be there at the 75, and for, you know, him just be getting pounded and to just not move. I enter long, and profit target could be, I mean, VWAP would be nice, but I mean, my stop loss is just a penny. My stop loss is just right below it. But I'm not gonna enter if I see him yet. I need to wait a little bit first. I mean, even if I'm looking for 5 cents just to ride back to 80, you know, that's a 5-to-1 risk reward. So market is moving down. He might even be here right now. I mean, all these sellers here, and there's just a 2. See, there's nothing being, no volume or anything right now. You see that 100 is still there. There's nothing changing. Starting to stack up. Even if the 78 drops, it's still got to break 75 too. Spy new lows. Volume's coming in, but I mean, it's just, look at all that. That's crazy. There he is. He's getting hit, but it might break here. If we see more. I don't really have a strategy to short this, and I'm not just going to short it if I don't have a strategy, but if it breaks, it could really move here. There it is. Now there's somebody at 65. On two. You know what? I guess it's kind of a bearish engulfing here too. With the 5 here. Just kind of continuing it with the volume, especially since the volume came in and breaking that 75. Alright, well, still nothing. Okay, I am finally done for the day. I've been sitting around reading a bunch of stuff, just going through some things, trying to update my stats and whatnot. Only trade that I took today was on VRX. It was absolutely a really good setup. I mean, it was picture perfect, you know, it goes right to the pre-market. And then I'm just trying to long it right over the pre-market. Only problem, whenever you take a look at the stats, so this is just my gap and go trades here. So you can see how in all of these trades, they're relatively really quick, like quickly in my favor. And then this is the one that happened today. And then this is my risk to reward chart of all my trades. I tried to make one for just the gap and goes, but I cannot figure it out for whatever reason. Google spreadsheets just won't let me make a single trade just for this one. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, spam call or something. Anyway, I tried to make this spreadsheet and it wouldn't let me, but you can see that for most of these gap and go trades, for really most of my trades just in general, they really don't even go near my total risk. And especially with the gap and go trades, they don't, I mean, lately I've been risking like 200 bucks, so really 1R would be down here, so that I noticed that I need to be cutting my trades off, you know, even halfway to my total risk to really minimize the losses. So this case, the one that happened today, this is the furthest one of these gap and go trades ever went against me. I mean, it was really, really fast. Actually, I'll even pull up the video of it just to get there. Come on. So I'm in this trade. It's not really taking off, not really doing much of anything. I know the pre-market high was that 20, so I was immediately thinking, you know, if it's going to fake me out, it's going to fake me out. I just need to get out and take the small loss as quick as possible because, you know, if it is a big trap, this candle can happen to me just as fast as it could do what it did eventually. So you see it pulls back. I'm like, all right, well, it didn't pop, failed again, so I'm just going to bail on the trade. So I get out, that's fine. Only problem is the trade's not really over. There's nothing wrong with entering back in on the high of this, but I just wasn't quick enough. I didn't realize it. I didn't think about it. I was just, well, I just took a small loss, whatever. And then I sit there and as soon as it gets back up there to that 20, I'm like, oh wait, I can get back in this. And then by then it was just way too late. And I mean, the thing took off and I just wasn't in it. So kind of just the way that one trade goes, I guess. Made a symmetrical triangle later in the day, a really nice bull flag, really. But the only problem was, so you can see this is 952, 953. The SPY at the time had just broken. Where is it going? No. The SPY at the time had just broken underneath this whole number, and was making new lows. So I was like, I probably shouldn't be long in anything. And then, I mean, we didn't see another green candle for the next 15 minutes. So another one of those things that just kind of happens, and you just gotta deal with it, I guess. CNQ made a decent triangle, I guess, kind of the same situation. It just popped up above VWAP, but I wasn't liking the volume or anything on it, so I just skipped it. And then Hertz was really interesting for a while, because early on in the day I was looking at it for an opening range play, but this 175 had a pretty big bid on it, and it held, you know, it squeezed above VWAP, and then it came back. And at this point I was thinking about my new strategy that I wanted to try, where if I see, you know, a really big seller buyer on the bid or the ask, you know, you play on the same side as him in the expectations that he's not going to break, and, you know, it really sets your risk reward up really big, because, you know, in this case it would have just been a penny. But what I really should have paid attention to more is the 5-minute chart. You can kind of see it's a bearish engulfing, plus with the market doing what it was doing, I mean, it was a huge trade that I just missed. There's really no other way about it. You know, it came down, I could have shorted it underneath, but it's not exactly one of my strategies. So I mean, if I don't have rules behind it or anything, it's just not a trade that I want to be taking. But I don't know, it would have been obviously a huge winner. I mean, I could have taken, geez, 2,000 shares on it, really. I mean, risk of like 5 cents or so, but I think the time the spread might have been a little more than a couple pennies or something. But I don't know, just the way it goes, I guess. I think if I see another trade like this is something that I need to get in either way, because even if it's not a bearish engulfing or whatever, it's just the way that the price action is moving, you know, could really make a big move just like it did here. And I don't know, I just today could have been a really big day. There was plenty of money to be made. You know, I look back at it now and I see the money, and it's just, I don't know, I just wasn't in it today, I guess. Didn't get the greatest night's sleep, so I don't know, maybe focus was an issue, which kind of just the way it goes, I guess. But 132 is no big deal. Easily make that back tomorrow. See if there's anything else going on. And thanks for watching. I'll be back later.